In Japan, advertising is more than just a means to sell products or services. It is an art form that strives to capture the essence of Japanese culture. Welcome to the vibrant world of advertising in Japan. From the bustling streets of Tokyo, where neon light illuminates the skyline, to the serene beauty of Kyoto's traditional temples, Japan advertising landscape reflects the national dynamic fusion between modernity and tradition. Advertisers understand this need to create this connection on an emotional level with the consumers. Moreover, the uniqueness of the Japanese language and culture adds another layer of complexity and depth to advertising in Japan. Marketers must navigate the intricacies of the Japanese language. From gestures to symbolic imagery, every element in an advertisement is thoughtfully crafted to ensure resonance and understanding with the local market. What's so different about advertising in Japan? There's a certain amount of Western, or at least global, standardization taking place when it comes to advertising approaches. This is partially due to the dominance of many brands originating from the US or Europe and their approach to global branding and communication. So whether you're in Southeast Asia or Scandinavian countries, many companies, especially the ones with a global presence, will use similar communication methods and centralized brand messages that tap into almost universal wants and desires that transcend borders. But Japanese advertisements still stand out as exceptionally quirky and sometimes just different from what other Western countries are doing. So while you might see the same brand in Tokyo as well as in Milan or London or Sydney, their ad content sometimes might take a different path in the Japanese market. There are a few standout elements in the Japanese advertising. Some of the most prominent ones are cuteness. Many brands put out ads that portray a kind of cute vulnerability that consumers find touching. It's almost the opposite of the strength of masculinity you find in many US adverts, especially for the automotive industry. Instead, Japanese ads showcase shyness, vulnerability, animal adorability, childlike innocence, and even neediness to create that all-important connection with the audience. With cuteness comes also our second point, which is detachment from reality. Fantasy elements that are somewhat detached from reality are incredibly popular in Japanese advertising. This is made possible by people's appreciation for manga and anime in Japan, where pretty much any kind of scenario can be illustrated by Japanese talented artists. Another element is symbolism and seasonal marketing. Japan's national holidays and seasons often influence the approach taken by advertisers. In a highly homogeneous, high-context nation with distinct periods of celebrations, linking promotions, commercials, and even product development with seasonal theme is a popular and effective approach. Now that we know a few elements that characterize advertising in Japan, let's explore another aspect that most of the time is different from Western countries. In general, Japanese brands prefer strategies that sell their product in a less pushy way. Brands are focused on delivering something unique or atmospheric that people can experience and hopefully enjoy without actually mentioning their product overtly. Some argue that this might be a way to respect your consumers rather than intrude in their space in a culture that hates confrontation. To understand better, let's compare some points between a hard sell and a soft sell. The hard sell will use logical argument, data, facts and information related to a product in order to persuade an audience into making a purchase. On the other side, the soft sell will use colors, music, symbol, aesthetic and narrative to create a special mood and atmosphere which might create a positive feeling in the viewer and hopefully a positive association with the product or service. One more example, a hard sell strategy will include the will to directly compare one product with another and directly mention or shame competitor brands or products. However, a soft sell strategy will show unwillingness to compare a brand or a product with another brand, or even to suggest a market dominance in an explicit way, due to the risk of seeming overconfident, impolite and rude. In this video we listed just a few elements for you. but we have much more information on our blog about how to advertise in Japan. You'll find the link in the description. Also feel free to contact us through our website, also in the description. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you soon with more videos about marketing in Japan.